I am giving you the 10 things about AAU that you need to know in order to be successful. AAU basketball and high school basketball are two completely different ball games. And if you don't understand the differences between them, you will struggle. The big difference between high school coaches and AAU coaches is that high school coaches want you to score within their system. However, AAU coaches look for natural scorers. AAU is just chaotic and disorganized compared to actual high school basketball. So you need to understand that AAU ball is less about being efficient and scoring within some kind of system and more about showing what you got. Remember that term, because we're going to come back to that later. This may be the most important piece of advice in this entire video. If you disregard this, you will suffer. This is for your own health. AAU basketball is absolutely taxing on your body, which is why you need to stretch. Don't disregard this advice, because most other basketball players do, and just take a look at how they're holding up.
I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Every morning I break my legs, and every afternoon I break my arms.
All jokes aside, just check the top link in the description if you need a stretching routine. It's totally free. I'm not even asking for your email. It's just a Google Doc with the routine pasted on it. I couldn't put it somewhere on here, so I just put it there. Check it out if you need it. All right, I just don't want to see any more players get hurt. During AAU tournaments, there's a lot of games going on, and it's a really cool atmosphere. I love it. However, there's only one problem. Every time the ref blows a whistle, every court hears it. So it's become very difficult to decipher which court the whistle was for. And a lot of the times, some guys will just stop playing the game because they thought the ref blew the whistle on their court. So my advice to you is that you have to get used to playing through the whistle. Bottom line. Even if you think the ref on your court blew the whistle, keep playing until they have to blow it like 10 more times and then just say, whoa, 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 the play is done. I would rather you do that than get caught lacking because you made a mistake like that. Now, to continue talking about the refs, another thing to note about AAU is that the officiating is extremely lax. The refs will let a lot of stuff go. AAU games are physical. You may catch an elbow to the mouth or a shoulder to the chest, but you just have to keep your composure and keep playing the game, man. See, the refs are just trying to get their paycheck and go home, bro. So now that you understand that, take advantage of it. Now look, I am not telling you to play dirty. But understand that you and the other guys can get away with a lot more. Lord knows I've pulled a few jerseys and hand-checked a lot of people in AAU. But if the refs are letting it go, might as well take advantage of it. But, I had a rule with this that if the other player wasn't doing that to me, I'm not going to do it to them. That was just an unwritten rule I had. But once again, not telling you to be dirty, just understand that the rules are going to be less enforced. So don't be looking for a foul. High school basketball sometimes doesn't let you experiment in the same ways that AAU basketball does. Take advantage of this time. Don't be afraid of messing up. It's your time to transform your game in the offseason and come back a new player in the regular season or the high school basketball season. See your AAU games as more of a means to an end. What am I trying to say? I'm saying that AAU games are not the primary focus. Improving at the game of basketball is. Always compete and try to win. That's never going to change. But don't sacrifice your own development for playing it safe. Here's a little analogy for you. I got a whiteboard, so I hope to see Professor Marks in the comment section. Alright, let's say these circles are your potential, right? The more you experiment with your potential, the larger the circle is going to be. Now, you can only go as far as you allow your potential to grow. This is as far as you can get to that end of the line, right? The thing is, this is by you playing it safe right here. This is safe. This is what you're feeling good doing. You go into the games, you're like, all right, I'm not going to get the ball stolen. I'm not going to make a mistake if I play this way. The problem with that is, like I said, you're stuck right here. But the difference is, if you experiment, you play free in your game, you can get all the way out here because our potential is always growing and always expanding, but it's only our mind that stops us, that limits us. But by playing free, you allow it to expand further. A common theme within AAU basketball is mental toughness. This includes being able to control your emotions. When the games get heated, the coach needs to be able to trust you. You won't get a technical foul. You won't give the other team free throws. And worst, you won't get ejected. There will be a lot of trash talk. And you may not get along with your teammates because it's your first time playing on the same team as them. And most of all, You might not get playing time right away. So you need to be tough. You need to be mentally fortified so that all that stuff doesn't get to you and you can just go out there and play ball. AAU is taxing on your body as well, like I said, so you need to be able to push through that and continue working hard through the pain. There may be days when you want to give up, but you have to hold yourself accountable. Stay locked in. Now, a big similarity with AAU basketball and high school basketball is that if you can defend your butt off, it's valuable. Everyone is so focused on scoring in AAU that they tend to neglect the defensive end. But the players that go down the unwalked path are going to get noticed. They automatically stand out. It's just simple supply and demand. Shout out to all the business pros out there. So to translate that into the simplest of terms relating to AAU, the supply of defense is low because guys are so focused on offense. But every team needs defense, so the demand is high. Therefore, in a free market or a capitalistic society, defense would sell like hotcakes. By the way, I forgot to mention this. Even if you play some of the best defense, you're going to get cooked sometimes. I mean, just take a look at this clip. One thing I learned playing AAU is that positivity is valued very highly. I'd recommend trying to be the most positive guy at tryouts. Every practice, and of course, every game. See, if you become known as the guy that's just Mr. Positive, people will gravitate towards you. Everybody loves playing with positive teammates. And if you lift other people up instead of tearing them down, you're going to have a great shot at making the team because you improve the performance of everybody else around you, and that's the sign of a great leader. Also, this will just help with team relations. I remember back in my sophomore year, I was on an AAU team with players that I never met before, never played basketball with, and I had to show not only what I could do, but also I had to make sure to lift everyone else up. Now, whether or not that helped me make the team doesn't even matter because I made some friends anyway. So it's a win-win. Like I said before, I will talk about that phrase, show what you got. And now let's talk about it. Showing what you got is the cornerstone of AAU basketball. AAU is an opportunity for players to get college attention and most of all, to just have fun playing the game they love. I know this sounds like an ad for AAU, but it's really not. I think there's a lot of flaws with it. Anyway, so when I say to you, show what you got, go out there with no fear. Just play the game you love. And a side note, if possible, get the film of your AAU games and make highlight reels and shoot, maybe just combine all your best clips and send them to college coaches. AAU basketball gave me some of my best basketball memories. Whether it was heated games, when there was a ton of trash talk on both sides and we pulled out a win, or the high scoring games, or just hanging out with my teammates in between games. I miss it. So do me a favor and live up every moment in AAU basketball. It holds some of the greatest basketball experiences you can have, and it'll be gone before you know it. If you want to learn the one trick to playing games like you practice, click here. But as always, keep God first. Stay blessed, bro. I'll see you, man.